All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Quick update on this 650SX. I do have the other motor in place, bolted down. Basically, everything is ready to go other than I need to get my carburetor gasket and my exhaust gaskets. Once I get those in, I can get the manifold put on. I am going to run this as a single cooling system. So I took off and plugged the one hose or hole. So I'll run that as a single. Yeah, once I get that done, it'll be pretty quick to put the rest of this together. To go over the wiring real quick in case anybody has questions, going from a 4-stator from a 5-stator wiring to a 4. Pretty much your color codes are black, yellow, brown, yellow, black, and yellow on your 5-wire. Here's your current, which is black, yellow, purple, brown, brown. So basically going to the ski, you're going to keep the black, yellow all the way through. Your purple is going to go to the black, red. Sorry, that's probably confusing, but that's black, red. And then your browns are going to go to your 2 yellows. So you're going to have this extra black ground that you're not going to hook up inside the ski. It's still grounded out on the box and everything. It's got a eyelet on it. So pretty much takes care of that. So if anybody has questions on that, but pretty straightforward, pretty simple swap. Again, this is all bolted in, cleaned up, just waiting on some gaskets, and hopefully we'll have this back on the water. So cleaned up the wiring a little bit, kind of moved some stuff around. I'm going to hook up the pump here up front by the battery instead of grounding this out on the intake manifold like it was before. Yeah, we'll ground it up here somewhere, either on the battery or I'll find a better place than on the intake. So, but yeah, pretty much basically back together, everything but together. Like I said, if these gaskets would hurry up and show up, I'd be done. So it's kind of where we're at on the SX350. Short video, but I kind of want to show the progress on it. I may go ahead and hook up the cooling line off of, well, I really can't. I could hook it up and bring it around to here, but yeah, I really can't hook anything else up at this point. So motor does turn over. I did put it on the battery, cranked it up, made sure I had spark, all that good stuff. So everything seems to be good. So I'll keep you guys updated. Yeah, like I said, I wish I had the rest of the parts so I could have this thing done, but unfortunately don't have them right now. So but back working on the 650. So pretty much done, got everything put back in. Again, this is a motor out of a TS 650, so pretty simple. Everything seems to be working right. I redid the water lines. I got doing some research, and so if you guys remember in the last video, I actually got rid of the other cooling line down here. I just capped it. So with that being said, this bottom outlet here on this pipe is supposed to be, I guess, the way I understand it is it's supposed to go back out the back and just a drain, an exhaust drain. Not real sure, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably going to hook this up to water and just see what happens, because I'm not completely sold on that. But that's what I got, information I looked up. So that's actually, instead of running it back out the back because I didn't want to disconnect all that, I just ran it up here to my extra pisser that I have here on the side. So we'll see what happens there. Again, this goes out the pisser. You're coming intake through the bottom of the manifold, through the head, into the exhaust, and then out through the water box, out the exhaust. So I think that all should work, sounds right. Motor sounds really good. Got the intake, all new gaskets on it, or exhaust gaskets, whatnot. Everything's tightened down. Batteries in it, fuel tank. I think everything is ready to go. Like I said, I've test fired it once. It fired right up. Primer's hooked back up. I'm probably going to pull these off and route them over the top of that. Kind of move some stuff out of the way there so my hood goes back on good. But I'm going to go ahead and fire it up real quick. So don't want to run it too much because I don't have it hooked up to water. It's not super warm yet, but pipe's getting a little bit. But anyway, sounds good. I'm ready to take it back to the lake, test it out. So this one is back together. think I've got everything. Not real sure. Not real sure what's going on with that pump. Kind of works when it wants to, but anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this one. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, I'm hoping to have it out this weekend. Should have a video on that coming up. This one, my videos are a little out of order. I am working on the JS550 again. I don't have a video out yet. I'm a little behind. The exhaust is welded up. I'm getting ready to start the wiring probably tomorrow evening on that. Since I'm putting the 750 in now, I want to try to downsize that 750 box or figure a way to mount it. There's not a lot of room in that hole, especially once you get the exhaust, all that crap in there. It's pretty tight. So I'm not 100% sure. Like on this key, it'd be simpler just to stick that box up here. There's a little more room up here in the front. But on that 550, I think it's going to have to go back here. So got to look at that, figure out what my best option is to get that mounted in there. But I think it is really, really close to being put together. I think the coupler is the only thing I'm still, I got to get figured out. That 750 is a big pin, so it's like a 20 millimeter versus I think an 18, something like that. So I've got to get that drilled out and tapped so the 550 coupler will fit. And I think that is all I lack from having that one together. Again, there will be a video coming on it. It's a little bit behind just because I'm trying to put these out to a week. So some of these get made beforehand. 3D is still back here. That part's not going to be here yet for the exhaust. I wish it was, because I'd like to take it this week as well and try it out, but if I don't, I don't. It's not the end of the world. It's more the fact that it's registered, all that crap. You spend money on them and then they don't work. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, there was a lot of aluminum crap in the exhaust when I fired this up, so there had to be some more shit from the old motor up in the water box and whatnot, but it blew a lot of that out here on the ground. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I kind of wonder if it wasn't my fault, maybe having too much water in the exhaust, if it flooded back and came up through. I'm not sure. That's the only thing I can think of, is that or maybe a gasket. I really don't know. I'm a little bit frustrating, like I said, but anyway, I will get this hooked up to a garden hose. I'll pull this hose back off and get my T1 in, because I don't really want to mess with this just in case it leaks. Your connector here. I'll leave it alone and just put my little hose that I have set up for it on here. But I need to get all this out of the garage before I do that. Fire it up, turn the water on, and see kind of how everything feels. Feels like it's cooling good before I leave these lines like that. But anyway, excited to have this one back together. And again, this is something I wanted to do anyway with the block off plates and all that. I was going to pull this motor at the end of this year anyway. So yeah, this just sped that process up, and I'm short of motor now, so, or an engine. But maybe the 750 will work out in the 550. We'll find out. So anyway, guys, if you like the content, hit that subscribe button, share it, like. Appreciate everybody that's watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.